Da, 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 da. Camera's not in focus. Can't even pick me up. Let's try this. Can you see me better? I don't know. Guys, welcome to another episode of Draw and Talk. It's your boy Tyler. And today, we're not even talking about anything right now. You know what we're doing is we are just drawing. And send out the link to Justin, see if he wants to join. But yeah, we're just going to be drawing. If you want to freaking come and hang out, come hang out. Have a good time. So, you know what I'm going to do is if you want to come and draw with us or talk, whatever you want to do, the link is going to be in the description. It's going to be in the chat. So, yeah, I invited Justin. Anyone else who wants to come, feel free to. But while we wait for Justin, I'm going to draw right now. So, yeah, I'm just going to be drawing this. So this is a cover for Lizards number 5 by John Holland. So he just asked me to color the cover for him. So that is what I am doing. Yeah. How's everyone's week going? Are you guys accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish? Are you guys doing everything you want to do with your life? These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. Yeah, my wife and we are almost all packed up. I packed up basically all my traditional art stuff yesterday. So all what's left is really just our kitchen crap. And then we will be moving. She'll start moving us in Friday, so it's tomorrow. And then, while I'm at work. And then Saturday we'll start moving in all the big stuff. It's gonna be exciting. We have the new Draw and Talk studio. Justin said that he'll be in 1 second. Let's see, we got E Hero Andrew saying can't because of class. Pay attention in class, Andrew. We have Chuck's Raw Reviews morning, dude, getting a good amount of work done. That's awesome. So guys, when I color, I really like actually coloring like in the lines, but sometimes you just gotta cheat. I'll do this. And then we'll just get the freaking bucket tool. Oh, how did I miss that line? Yeah. Bucket tool. I know I could use the rope thing. I know a lot of people use the rope. I don't. So, hold on, let me try and invite Justin via email. So, boom, okay. What's up, Justin?
No, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing much. Just early morning drawing.
Oh, yeah. No, my God. Last night was like pulling freaking teeth at work.
Oh, yeah? We're streaming right now.
Awesome.
But what happened at work?
No, nothing. That's why. It was just, I mean, I work for a company that's pretty big. We work with a lot of police departments. So, but we have slow nights. And last night was just one of them. And the phone rang like one time, like 5 minutes after I got there. And that was it the entire night.
So while you're there, when you're there, you're just like, you guys are just hoping that the phone hits?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, they pay us hourly, so we do stuff around the shop. I mean, especially if we're slow. Being on the night crew, we kind of do all the cleaning of the trucks and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So, if it's slow, especially, I mean, the bosses that I work for, that's a family. So it's like a dad, a mom, and a brother and a sister. And there's Ernie Senior and Ernie Junior. But Junior's the one that's always in the mornings. But he'll get pissy if we didn't do anything and we were slow. But he's never. I've been there 5 years. He's never really. I think he's bitched at me one time about something stupid. So it's like, yeah, it just gets tedious. It's like I'd rather be on the road doing calls.
Yeah.
As opposed to just washing the trucks over. Because every night, one of my jobs is to go through all the trucks and clean all the interiors and shit, make sure all the stuff's in there.
For sure.
So and I did all that within like the first hour of work. And I was like, great, now I got nothing to do the rest of the night.
Let's see. We have Hollywood updates. I am from. Hi, bro. I need your help. I'm from India. Well, bro, here's the link in the chat. And if you click that link, you can come inside this call with us and you can ask us. You can ask us for help. So just hit that link in the chat and you can pop in, or you can just type in your chat help.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just going to try to get my station here set up.
Oh, you're good. You're good, dude.
Yeah, because I told Britton about redoing it and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, I told him I was talking to you about it, and
like, are you redoing all the pages or just?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna redo the story just because of this script. Like, I just was rereading it again, and it's just a lot of stuff just doesn't fit. It just doesn't work. And that was just when I started drawing it. I mean, this is like the first real book. Outside of like what I drew for you with Transcendence that I was doing for somebody. So I was just kind of like, I'll just, follow what he says. But being that he's a new writer, and I'm new to it too, so I'm not taking any shots at Britton because he's new and he's learning just like I am. But I was just, when I was talking to you that one day when we were streaming, I was like, it'd probably be a better idea if me and him kind of co-collaborate on the story. Because, like, at the opening scene, he's got the guy drinking coffee, being like, I'm a normal guy, blah, blah, I drink, have a cup of coffee. And then, like, the next panel, he's like, I don't even like coffee. And he's, like, throwing it out. And I'm like, then why the hell did the guy even buy coffee?
Oh, was that to show, like, the other, was that supposed to be the other dude?
No, it was the regular guy. It was, like, the first page. It was just the normal character.
Oh, so the normal character bought coffee. And then,
well, the normal character, yeah, he's like describing his day when he wakes up, and like it's like one of the panels is like I have a cup of coffee, and the next panel it's like him dumping the coffee out, being like, I don't even know why I'm drinking this. I don't like coffee. And when I was drawing it, I'm like, then why the hell did the character even buy coffee for his house if he doesn't like coffee?
It's supposed to be like, like Britton like loves Vertigo.
Yeah,
that I felt like that's a very Vertigo scene, like very like I wake up every single day and I drink coffee. But I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Chuck? How you doing, bud?
How you doing?
Oh, just drawing. Real quick, I want to read this Hollywood updates. I am from India. I write many stories in copy, but I don't have any drawing skill. My story is very interesting. Tell me what I need. Tell me what I do. Well, you can either learn how to draw, and
wink,
that
wink.
might take a. Wink, wink. Look at Justin. Justin's learning how to draw, and Justin's doing great.
Yeah.
Or you can hire an artist. So find an art. You can. I guess next step, if you don't want to hire, you find a friend who likes drawing, collaborate with them, do like a 50-50, and then if you have money, then I would pay an artist, and you can find those people on like around your town, Facebook, that sort of thing. And if you want to come and hang out with us, bud, dude from India, hit that link in the Hangouts. You can pop in like Justin and Chuck. Chuck, what's new with you, bud?
Dude, I'm doing good. Just for that guy, and there's lots of great artists in India. So, don't feel like you have, oh, I don't know American or blah blah blah. No. I've worked with lots of great Indian artists from India. So. They can be found. Don't even worry about that.
And what I was saying about the learning to draw, I mean, I don't know if this is to the guy that was from India, that if you've seen the channel before, but I've been teaching myself since last year, and I draw with this hand. So it's just a matter of just taking the time and wanting to do it, and knowing that it's not going to happen overnight. You got to just take your time and baby steps with it. But if you want to learn how to draw, man, anybody can do it.
Though be careful because he used to have a whole hand before he started learning how to draw. Drawing fucked him up.
He wore it down to the nubs.
It takes like, sacrifice.
Yeah, well, like I always said, because people are always like, oh, I can't believe you can keep a straight head with it. I'm like, you know what? I've been through a lot in life at 35. It's like I've learned that you got to deal with the punches that life gives you. It's like I used to play a lot of sports and stuff, but you know what? If it wasn't for this happening, I probably wouldn't be sitting here with you guys right now drawing and doing comics, because this is what kind of led me into it.
Are you a lady?
Yeah. Dude. Yeah. Yeah, it was a struggle at first because I didn't know, when it was bad, it was like I didn't know. I mean, I knew it was bad and I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't know, like, how much function I'd still have out of it, And then when I was at my work, they were nice enough to let me answer phones at night instead of towing so I can keep my health insurance. And I was practicing so I can kind of draw and write I can actually, like, write with my left hand now because I've taught myself to do that the whole time when this hand was fucked up. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It was the old saying. It's expensive to pay an artist when you don't have a lot of money. So it's like, what better way to do it than just teach yourself how to do it and, create your stories that go with your art. You know what I mean? Don't try to create like this epic superhero story if you're just beginning at art because it's going to look like crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my art style, I'm never going to be a Jim Lee kind of story, but the nice thing is that's not like the stories I like to tell.
Yeah. Well, you have a unique style too. It's like I could tell your drawings out of like a line.
Oh yeah,
that's Tyler.
Although I am hopefully once I move into the new place and once I'm finished with my current project, I do want to try out a new style, which I think I was telling you, like print it out in the blue line.
Yeah,
digitally, and then I'll ink it all traditionally.
Well, I've been getting really into that, using the blue line and the blue lead as the setting up grids, and like that's what I did for this first panel because of the redraw for Britain's thing. Because he told me halfway through drawing it, I'm like, "What town is this supposed to be in?" He's like, "Oh, Oklahoma City." I'm like, "Well, should have probably known that from the beginning. I could have done like a setting or something,
Did you just say in the script like setting?
We didn't even say it in the script.
Establishing shot. That should be the first thing we see.
Yeah, so that's why I haven't talked to him yet, but that's what I'm drawing right now. The first panel is the skyline of Oklahoma City.
Yeah, that's pretty much script 101.
You gotta set the scene.
Yeah,
the settings and everything. Yeah. That's. I mean, like I said, some of that was lacking in the. He's got a good story. Like I said, I like the idea that he had. It's just about if this is his first script that he's doing. Obviously, it's not going to be. Any of us wrote our first scripts. Nothing's going to be.
And you learn like the importance. Like I think even if I do a short story, I mean the first panel that you did, Justin, in that short story we did, you had an establishing shot.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I think it's because I spent so much time before learning how to draw, reading script writing books, and looking at like so many different people's techniques and learning like what needs to go into it. And that was like the first thing. Is like the first panel, first page should be a splash page or a half splash to like get you into the setting, and that should be establishing where the story's taking place.
We got in the house John Dillard gaming the system.
Man, we got a lot of people up early this morning.
How you doing, John?
He wants nothing to do with this.
Dude, John totally embarrassed me the other night on the stream. I said, he was like, he put in the chat, hey, schedule me in for February 31st on the show.
Yeah. What's up, Kev?
Oh, what's up, Kevin? Kevin's here.
Dude, I was dying, Tyler, when you're like, February 31st. I'm like, no, Tyler, don't fall for
My wife was in the other room just laughing. And then I got off the stream. She was like, you idiot. And I was like, gosh, dang it. How's that Belial coming?
Really good, dude. It's really coming together, man. Hoping to get it out next month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, as far as the Kickstarter and stuff, the book, especially when the money comes in, I can see it being done by April at the latest.
Okay.
Yeah. And then ready for print and stuff. It'll depend because if we hit our stretch goal, we'll have to color it. That'll take a little bit longer.
Not a bad thing, though, right?
Yeah.
I think John's gonna troll here and just be muted the whole time. I think that's John's goal is to troll on my stream. He'll sometimes comment, just be like first comment, and then leave.
The crazy thing is that usually there's a little microphone with an X through it to say that you're muted. I don't think he's muted.
John, this is so scary. I don't know what to do.
At least you haven't gotten any more of those weird people in the streams, like
those Swedish people.
I'm here.
You had that Blumpkin guy in there. That was cracking me up.
That was weird.
I don't know if you guys know what that is, but a buddy of mine years ago was like obsessed with that saying, and he worked at a print shop, and he printed out all these little stickers that say "I love" or "I heart Blumpkins," and he put them. I had one on my damn S10 for like a month before I realized it.
What is it?
You don't know.
It's a sex act. It's nothing like really horrible. It's basically getting fellatio while you're on the toilet.
Ew.
Yeah,
okay.
That's all it is.
I warned you.
When I saw his name, I was cracking up.
Oh my stars. Let's see. We got Mighty Geek Studios saying good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mighty Geek Studios. If you want to pop in, the link is in the chat. Feel free. So and then also, how's Welcome to the Void 2 coming? That image is that image that I saw on the Advocator. Was that the issue 2 cover?
No, that's the Advocator cover. So that's the cover for the little 0.5 issue that we've done.
Holy crap! Well, it's good.
Yeah, I'll pop that one up for you, man. Just to show it off to everybody. Yeah, so that's Kyron Silva, and his man, dude, he killed that piece.
He's a good artist.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he really friggin' is. All right. Actually, I don't want to show this one because. All right, guys.
All right, here we go.
There you go.
Yeah, dude, that's cool. It almost looks like a Saga cover.
Yeah, he really brought out the epicness of it.
I like the dude's reflection.
Yes. Well, so when he showed me the pencils of it, and that's my problem is that a lot of times when you see pencils of something, you're like, okay, what are you fully going for? I need to understand that so the colorist is aware, and so I'm aware of what I'm okaying. And I said, that's a reflection or a shadow, right? And he goes, yeah, that's the idea, is that he's in the void. I'm like, cool. As long as you make it look like that in inks and colors, you got my love. I think that's great. And they pulled it off.
No, it looks super good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Thank you, man. Yeah. No, it's good. Did you get a chance to read that half issue?
Dude, I'll be honest. I've been packing in my job, so I haven't yet. But it's in my email still. So I'm driving up with my boss. We're having to travel like an hour or two in the car with like 3 of my bosses, and I probably like won't pay. I'll be in the back seat, obviously. So maybe I'll while we're driving and they're like talking biz, I'll be like, yeah, I'm doing stuff.
Well, yeah. Let me know, because honestly, some of what you talked about actually affected that book and actually affected what it like. You had brought up on your review. You had brought up some things about issue 0, and I fixed them with that little 0.5 issue. So there's some serious Tyler love in that one.
I'll have to check it out now. Now I'm scared. What if I give what if I gave super bad advice?
No, honestly, dude. Seriously, I believe that you're gonna read this and immediately be annoyed that you don't have issue 0 on you to look at, because I'm really happy with it. Now, the lettering and shit, like, this is a rough draft that I've sent you, but the actual words and everything, that is what will be said.
Gotcha.
So is my audio coming in now?
What's up, John?
Can you hear me? Or is it my audio super trash right now?
No, we can hear you.
Did you say you're super trashed right now?
No, his audio.
Oh, okay. Like, dude, it's fucking 7 in the morning. Holy crap.
Well, John, what you drawing right now? Is that Spider-Man or Venom?
That's Venom.
Guys, John
I can't work on my comic anymore because I've shown too many pages already. So
Okay, so John, you can feel me. So on this, I was talking with my wife, and she's like, "You need to do more. You need to draw more while you stream, so that you can, I don't know, get like kill two birds with one stone, type of thing." But I can't show people my comic book pages, otherwise it's like people can just watch me draw every freaking page of. So are you going through that struggle as well?
Yeah, but what I do is I just zoom in and focus on a single panel.
Oh, and then just lock it there while you just.
Well, and can't there be pages that you can work on that don't give anything away?
Well, yeah, but like sometimes with like the writer that I work with, they might be like, hey, like keep this under wraps.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing. If it was like my own personal project, I'd be like, yeah, I'll stream every freaking page.
Yeah, I'd probably make that same mistake and then ruin the whole book before it comes out. Because I just get so excited if I did something. I'm like, I did
it! Because the way I see things right now is that I'm so unknown that nobody wants to buy my book anyway, and I'm not giving away anything, and I need to get people to pay attention to what I'm doing. Yeah. So I don't really have a problem with letting people see what I'm doing.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that because like Tyler's gonna be doing my book soon. I got one more page of the script and I just gotta edit it. But it's like I was asking Larry on their stream last night about ideas for my first title, how to get it out there, what I should do, if it even is worth crowdfunding at this point.
Dude, I think you should crowdfund it. I think it's. We'll talk.
Yeah. Well, I was actually debating too on starting a YouTube channel, but I just didn't know. Just for more exposure.
You should.
But I just got I got to find something like a niche.
Yeah, I would only do it though if you can actually do it. Like, I mean, unless you can at least be putting out a video a week, it's not worth it.
All right. Well, I could easily do that. I got a lot of free time when I'm not working. But I
got to run my kid to school, but I'll be back. All right.
See you, Chuck.
Peace.
Well, like Justin, you could you read and pick up so many comics. You could just be the next your boy Zach.
Yeah. So it's I think I suck so much as a reviewer because I read so many stories and I like so many stories.
You just be like, this one was good.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about the reviews the other night, and somebody brought up the good point that it's like even if you don't like it, I mean, yeah, you don't. There's going to be bad reviews out there, obviously, and that's going to help you as an artist as long as they're not like malicious, But if it's a bad review, you don't necessarily have to like. And again, this isn't a shot at diversity in comics or whatever he calls his channel out because I do like watching some of his stuff, but it's like you can go about it without having to be like negative.
Rip
you know what I mean? You just like somebody brought up about having just like a short review. Like they had like 100 books sent in, they only reviewed like 9, and it's like a way of being like I didn't like it, but I'm not gonna trash it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Brandon, how you doing?
Brandon.
Been here for a bit.
Brandon, what time do you have school?
Can't be here for too long. I'm
Did
about
you
to
get my message, Britton?
Yeah, I did. I actually think I responded to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm drawing right now.
I have a dentist appointment, so after that we can talk.
I hate the dentist.
I hate the dentist too.
I don't think anyone likes the dentist, my friend.
My wife does.
But your wife is strange. No offense.
But she worked at a dentist's office for like 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So she's always like, Tyler, when are you gonna get your cleaning? I was like, haven't done that in like 6 years. And then she's like, yeah, and then I lost my dental coverage. And I was like, meh. But then my boss was like, hey, I just got you dental, and I was like, okay. So my wife is like, once that crap kicks in, you're going. I'm like, okay. I got an ultrasound yesterday.
On what?
My stomach.
You got a problem or something?
Oh yeah, like if I have to poop, like it's game over.
You got ulcerative colitis?
No, they're just checking like to see, like they're like it could be like IBS or like a food allergy. But like if I for example, like I'm lactose intolerant, but like if I eat cheese like 10 minutes later, I'm dumping for like 20 minutes. and it hurts. And so then I like went to so I had to get the ultrasound just to want to make sure that there was like nothing else like wrong.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told the doctor, I was like, man, if you see a baby, let me know. I'm gonna freak out. He goes, if I see a baby in there, I'm gonna smile because you and I are about to make a lot of money.
Be like the movie Junior. That But yeah, no, I can feel it on the stomach stuff with my hand, my circulation thing with my hand. It doesn't just affect my hands. It's like when I chew food now, I have to have something to drink because like the muscles in my throat don't work as well anymore. So like the food will like slow down.
Really?
Like halfway through. Yeah, it's weird. Like the first time it started happening, it was freaking me out because I thought I was choking. And then, but like I've learned there's ways around it, but it's like everything I eat, like I have to have something to wash it down with, otherwise it'll like get stuck in my throat. For the most part, I'd say like most things, not everything, but most things. And then the other added bonus to it is I haven't had it in a while, knock on wood, but I had these like stomach issues where I'd start getting like nauseous, just out of nowhere, and I would start vomiting, and basically it just wouldn't stop. Like every 20 minutes, I'd be vomiting, and I'd end up in the hospital every single time.
Holy crap! Well, yeah. Let's knock on wood, guys.
Yeah, but it's I was at least happy to find out it was all related to the same thing because at first I thought I had two separate things going on, but they're like, no, it's part of that disease. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
So, Tyler, are you drawing a variant cover of Dog Days?
Oh, Dog Days. No, this is for, I'll show you guys. This is for a book called Lizards.
Oh no. What's this?
I have no idea. I've never read this story. It's by this writer named John Holland. I've drawn like 5 books with him, and then I've colored.
Wait, you drew that?
No, I did not.
Oh, I was gonna say, holy shit, that looks a lot different. Yeah.
My style's changing, man. No, this is not me. No, this is he just asked me to color it.
The guy looks like John Redcorn from King of the Hill.
Huh.
Yeah, it's and it's funny because like if you look at the cover that like I drew for him, it's completely like different than this. For like I drew the cover for his 3rd issue, but then I colored his 2nd issue, and now I'm coloring his 5th issue. I've lettered a couple books for him, and we're just like we've done so many books together. We have a good relationship.
It's always good to have work.
Yeah, like the other night he like hit me up. He's like, "Hey, I got like 5 books this year. What do you think?" And I'm like, "Well, I've got some I've got some other books I like want to work on. I'm working on an Undead Row. I really want to work on my friend Justin's like Glass Lake." He goes, whoa, he goes, "I literally will wait until you're done with those." I was like, okay.
That's cool.
But some of them are like simple, like some of them are just like, can you just color this cover? And I'll be like, yeah, that like won't take too much time. Or it's like, can you like letter this book? I'm like, yeah, that won't take too much time. But I think for one of them, he was like, can you draw a full issue? And I was like, yeah, that might take us some time. It's in a very cartoony style because it's a kid's book.
Makes sense.
Even though it's a kid's book, but like the very first page, like the girl almost gets raped.
Oh God.
Yeah, like she doesn't like. It's not like necessarily. It's not like, yeah, because it's weird because it's a kid's book. It's about this like little girl. She's like 12 or 13, and she like meets this robot, and like she can get in the robot suit, and like they can they fight aliens, and in the 2nd issue they fight huge gorillas, which is such a fun scene to draw. But like the first page is like her driving in a forest with some kid, and then it's just you just see it from the car, and then there's dialogue, and the guy, she's like, "Get off me!" Like, "No, I don't want to kiss you." And then like he chucks her out the car in like the forest, and then she has to like, and then if it wasn't for like her finding this robot, she'd probably still be in the forest, like dead. So yeah, it's kind of a dark beginning. So when I try to actually market issue 2, where there's none of that. Let's see. We got Mitchell Lanton. It reminds me vaguely of the bar scene in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I love that movie. and I actually reviewed it on my channel.
You literally, you know what's funny is you as you said that you typed it as well, Brian.
Yeah, I know. I was where I yeah.
So John, when do we expect this? When can we expect to see a comic book from you?
Probably not for a while. I mean, work in the Tales from Beyond the Gate is going to be out fairly soon, but my own book is probably going to be probably around December.
Gotcha. So is Tales Beyond the Gate? That's Crossers, right? That's Cross. That's Rick. Is that his book?
No, that's my book.
Oh, that's your book.
Yeah.
What's Rick's book then?
Canadian Shield.
Canadian Shield. Okay, so he was. It does. All right. I swear I've always heard him say like Tales Beyond the Gate.
Yeah, he's in
like, oh, he's in it.
Yeah,
like he's actually.
No,
in
he
it?
hasn't submitted anything at all. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with that,
but he's always drawing. You'd think he would submit something.
Yeah, because we were sitting down and we were all talking about, me, Manny, Tank, Cross, and we were all talking about doing a book, and everybody's like, "Yeah, whatever." But I was like, "No, but let's do that though."
And then he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it," but then he hasn't.
Yeah,
that's great. Because I always ask him, I'm like, "Hey, where's on his streams?" I'm like, "Show me some sequentials," and he's like, "I did them for my Canadian book, but now that I know he's doing another book, I'm like, hey, get on it."
His Canadian book?
Yeah, well, he's Canadian.
It's very, very Canadian.
It's so Canadian.
Yeah, I was talking to a group of Canadians last night, so hey, it was fun.
Yeah, Rick is super Canadian. He's so proud to be Canadian.
It's like the next Gord Downey.
So is it like an anthology kind of thing?
Yeah, it is an anthology.
Oh,
it's
awesome.
Let's see. Because the thing is, I'm working on this full time because nobody wanted to kind of spearhead it. So I was like, well, I'll spearhead the thing. Give it to me. I'll take care of it. So people are just kind of doing like 3 to 12-page stories.
Okay.
And so far it's me, Manny from Good Dog Press, Tank from Tank Ferret Arts, Rick from Cross Comics, Bill from Argos Creations, Kat. That comes on our show sometimes. She's doing a Valentine's Day story that's going to be released for free during the Indiegogo campaign.
Oh, awesome.
Let's see who else is drawing. Oh, we also have Ethan Van Skyvers donating a 1-page story. John Malin has already turned in his 1-page story.
Go him.
Yeah. Let's see. Mike Barron is writing a story for the book that's going to be drawn by Todd from Ignition. He's also part of it.
Did someone say
you guys got a lot of people?
Yeah, and it's tentative, but we might have a 3-page story by Art T. Bear.
Oh, nice.
And 1-page story by Gary Shipman.
Guys, can lizards' tongues be blue?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you right now, I got a funny story about Uncle E, as Larry calls him.
Are you gonna tell us about the time you tweeted him and he hit you?
Yeah.
You're gonna show us where he touched you naughtily?
Yeah, that was fun. It's funny.
That did crack me up. I think I was at work and I opened up Twitter and I see Britton tweeting Ethan Van Skyver and I'm like, oh no. And then I scroll down, I'm like, oh god, he responded. And then I read it and I'm dying.
Ethan is probably one of the easiest guys to get a hold of, but he messages you back these like random things that make no sense.
Oh no, this message
so many things.
This message made a lot of sense.
Yeah, well, Ethan put something up about Sinatra, and Britton got on there and was like, "You're not a real Sinatra fan. I'm a Sinatra fan." And Ethan was like, "Kid, you look like you're 16 and you got 70 followers. Go back to bed or go take a nap."
Oh, yeah, and everyone's like, oh, "How dare you?" I'm just like, "It was a joke, guys. Like, come on, that was."
No, like I said, it turned out okay because the more I kept scrolling down, like I said, there was that one comment, and it seemed like everything was getting cool after that point because that one dude was like, "Hey, Ethan, I think if a young kid is into Alan Moore and Frank Sinatra, the future's not as horrible as we think it is."
That comment, I think, like calmed everyone.
Yeah.
God bless whoever.
Well,
tweeted
Britain was
that.
cool too. Britain didn't get all defensive, because he kept responding with just being like, I don't mean any disrespect. And I think people were starting to see that he wasn't one of these SJWs that was like attacking him. He was just making a joke.
Yeah, dude, Twitter, man, people can get so pissy on Twitter because that human community. Because if you were to do that face to face, you'd have a smile. You can use visual cues, and then Ethan would be like, "Oh, like you're dumb," and then everyone would be like, "Oh, that was a stupid joke." But on Twitter, everyone just gets like people both on the right and left. They just get immediately outraged.
Oh, I know. It's toxic. It can be a great tool as long as it's used correctly and you don't fall into a trap.
I had someone who was like, Tyler, should I get on Twitter? I was like, yeah, just know. Twitter is a great tool for comic book people. Just know that you've got to, every now and then, you just got to like get off and then like reassess your sanity.
I think what you have to do is just, if somebody wants to get off a topic, like say you want to get on it for comics and somebody wants to get into the whole social justice issue, it's just ignore it. Just don't even respond to it. Just let them blow the air out and they'll go away. Because it's when you respond is when stuff gets out of hand.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes though, I'll be like at my old job when I was just watching Netflix all day, and hating my life. I would sometimes I would just I would be like, I'm gonna start something because I'm bored, and then I tweet something and then like reply, and then I'd reply to someone and piss them off, and then I would just be like, here we go. And then it would just entertain me for the rest of the day until the end. I was like, okay, I'm done with this.
Well, I told you, I made the stupid, well, not really stupid, it didn't get out of hand, but I it just drove me nuts to the point where I actually messaged that Brentfamous person.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a conversation with her and like a bunch of people, and I was able to like not get it crazy where they were trying to get crazy, and then I kind of brought it back, and a couple of them were like, "Oh, okay." I'm just like, dude, like nobody should be attacked, but you have. I was like, if you're gonna accuse somebody, the burden of proof lies on the accuser. If you can't prove that, then your argument is over.
You see, this is how I diffuse situations here. This is P.S. Melton, my buddy, and he said something on Twitter and I was joking around on Twitter, and then he says, "Hey, do you want me to delete that? I'm sorry if I went too far. Let me know. I thought I was being funny. Sorry, man." I'm like, "Don't delete anything. And stop being gay in my chat."
Yeah. Well, when I was working at the newspaper and someone would get offended at my articles, I would go to like the teacher. It was a student newspaper, but there was a teacher obviously who would oversee it. And I was just like, what do I do? Like people, like, do I retract the article? Do I delete it? He goes, no, man, you fight speech with more speech.
Yep.
So yeah, that's just what you gotta do.
It depends on what it is that they're coming. If someone's trying to like you just said, censor your speech, then it's just like, okay, you're in the wrong country because that's what the whole country was founded on. If you don't like it, then you don't have to listen to it. That's the thing. It's like that's what a free market is. If people don't like it, just don't buy it, don't watch it.
Dude, I had people like yelling at me though, like in the hallways. They'd be like F like, are you Tyler Carpenter? And I'm like, yeah. And they go, did you write the article for the newspaper? I'm like, yeah, I did. And they go, yeah, F you. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, okay.
Fans.
Fans.
But yeah, I mean, there's certain people that you see on Twitter that are like, they handle everything like really, like Brian Hill's a great example of somebody who knows like how to diffuse any kind of situation and like doesn't like it, shit gets stupid, and like
he's so like good with his own personal PR.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like you just stay in the pocket of your own realm. If somebody wants to get out of it, just whatever. Have a nice day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just it's insane. It's like the whole Comicsgate thing, all the stuff that's going on, like how people are attacking each other. It's just like,
so, Justin? Did you remember that? So we did that stream. It was like, is Comicsgate dead? And then like I posted on some Facebook group, and then I just got like shit on.
Yeah.
And the one of the dudes, he was like, I mean, he was so rude to me, and telling me to like go kill myself and whatnot. And then he was like, and then he posted a message, and he was like, Tyler just got he goes, well, thanks, Tyler. A bunch of your comics you just got a bunch of your Comicsgate friends to message me and threaten my family. Now they're calling me and my wife and threatening to kill us. And I went, what? Yeah. Like that pissed, like I got so angry, and I was like prove it. I was like, screenshot me a message. Screenshot. I was like,
second of all, you didn't even call for that. It's like people are insane, and like just because people are gonna do like what's his face, the who's the serial killer? I can't think of his name right now. That was in New York. He was talking to a dog. You know what I mean? Like he's talking to a dog. So it's just like these people like hear something that somebody says, they misinterpret it and go, I'm gonna attack somebody. It's like that doesn't mean the person that said the original thing told them to do that.
Yeah.
You know, but like if those people are attacking you, then those people have issues, not the person that they're believing told them to tell you to do this.
But my biggest thing was, I don't think anyone actually messaged him.
No, probably not.
That was my biggest thing. I like sent, he goes, shut up, man. All your friends are, and I said, you screenshot. I was like, screenshot a message. You can DM me, whatever. Screenshot me the message, and I will denounce it. And like, I will publicly denounce them and be like, they're not my friend. And whatnot. And he goes, and then when I was like, prove it, like that, all you have to do is prove it, and I'm out. I will like literally kick myself out of this group. And he goes, I'm going to take the high road and stop talking about this.
Dude, people like that, they don't matter because they're all they're trying to do is just stir up shit. They don't give a crap. They don't have any other passion for anything in life other than starting shit.
Yeah, dude, and he even like posted something on one of the Facebook groups the other day. How he was like looking for shows to come and promote my book, and I was like, okay, it's been like 2 months, like we're over this. So like I messaged him, I was like, hey, you're always welcome to come on my show. We love indie creators. He goes, oh, you're that Comicsgate guy, right? How come I can see your message? You should have been blocked. And then he blocked me.
I saw like a week ago, there was somebody on one of the pages that said something to you, and I'm just like, dude, just like, you know what? These people are insane. If they're going to call you Comicsgate, then this is like I said, I'm liberal. I've always leaned kind of liberal, but I'm not an idiot liberal. You know what I mean? Like there's like, it's like these people, like they jump on a bandwagon and get so bogged down in tribal like ism and their whole party and thinking that they can't see anything other than the way they view things.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary. And it's like it's like fucked up because it's like that's not what the liberals used to be, So that's why every time I say, "Oh, liberals this, liberal that," I'm like, no.
You should just be like, that's so conservative of you.
That's why I always hated like the whole. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're a Democrat, you're a Republican." I'm like, no, I'll vote for either as long as I like the policy. I hate putting a label on myself because it's just like when you say that, it just means you're only going to go with one way of thinking.
What's funny also is that like, I've been on freaking like Malin's stream, and he was even like Malin has been like, all right guys, we're doing this special show. Just know that he's not Comicsgate.
Well, that's the thing. It's like just because like you're on shows like that, and because those guys are. You as an indie creator should want that exposure.
I'm promoting exactly. I'm promoting the book. Like you don't want me to promote a book with someone who has a platform.
Yeah, you have to take every means necessary that you can at your disposal to get your product out there. And it's not, they can call it a hate group all they want, but it just means they haven't watched enough. Just because someone's making fun of you or making fun of this, whatever, it doesn't. I've never heard them say anything that's like blatantly racist. I've heard stupid shit, but I haven't heard like anything racist or misogynist.
I've seen like, and maybe like I just didn't get the context of it. I know Ethan tweeted something was like, "Women shut up and listen to men."
I think he does that just because he knows it's gonna piss the other side off. I think he's just doing that. I think he falls victim of that too, of just like trolling them with like comments like that.
So he doesn't actually. He's just doing it for funsies.
I don't know personally. I can't say for sure, but like just from watching.
Well, I know for that particular tweet, there was a big old thing. It was a big old tweet going around where it was like, men need to shut up and listen to women. So it was like it wasn't added like in the response, but it was kind of like that was the popular thing that day.
Oh.
That's why I had a feeling. It's like I mean, like I said, I don't know the man personally, but just from watching his streams and all this stuff, I don't get the sense that he's like hates women. I mean, he's got a daughter and a wife. I mean, what the fuck?
So then, all right. So here's something then that like that I feel like we've lost in this day and age is that we've lost context. is no one really care. It's like why comedians are like scared to do comedy shows, because people get super offended at the beginning of the joke, and he's like, just let me finish, and I'll give you context, and then you're gonna laugh.
Yeah, it's like those people too. It's like you're going to a comedy club, and if you're going there to try to get offended, you're the problem. You're at a comedy club. You know, it's free speech again, America. If you don't like it, leave.
And comedy, I think it should be like the most protected thing. Like,
absolutely,
comedy, like comedy is my favorite thing in the whole wide world, and I can only imagine like if we lose comedy because of freaking hardcore like SJWs, I would be so mad. You know, like I've seen that like Bill Burr, my favorite comedian, his jokes are not as funny anymore because he knows he has to like.
Well, the Louis C.K. thing, I think that kind of like just made put people on edge, even if they know they haven't done anything, because now they know that like they're going to get targeted by these people that are going to try to drudge up anything that you've done before.
Yeah.
And it's just like, as a comedian, dude, so many comedians say like pretty stupid racist shit, but a lot of it's fucking funny because it's like they're pointing out the truths inside of a reality that you don't usually see, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And again, the bad comics that aren't funny, that are just like stupid or racist, they don't make it because they're not funny and they're not witty. Like the ones that do are smart and they're not racist. They're just pointing out like funny shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be witty about it, but most people don't even get to the witty part. They just hear black. Yeah. Like that. Did you watch Dave Chappelle's special with like when he was talking about the transgenders?
There's 2 new ones on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched them.
The freaking like his transgender joke, it wasn't anything offensive about transgenders, and if anything, he was talking about like when he was talking about Caitlyn Jenner, he's like, if it like the only reason why Caitlyn Jenner was popular was because she was a white transgender, because he was like, if a black guy had done that, everyone would been like, ugh, sit down. And it was super funny, but it like brought up like a really good point.
But it's true. It's like the thing. It's like it's true and it's racist, but it's funny because it's human nature. You know, it's just we're humans. That's it's just what it is. What it is. There's never going to be a perfect world.
Yeah, and why would you want a perfect world?
No, man. You know that adversity is what makes you stronger and makes you grow as a person.
Also, I hate. I mean, do you pick up any Marvel books, Justin or John?
No, not for at least about a month and a half.
They're just like, I picked up, the X-23 book because I like the artist, and the series has been all right. But like these writers, they write so much. There's so many there's so much dialogue, and it's just because they just have to say a point. It's not good. And I remember when Marvel was super good. Like I feel like before like Bendis went all crazy, he had some really good books.
Yeah, I love his Daredevil run. Him and Maliv's Daredevil run is like, I might be biased because it was the first run I read, but I still going back and rereading it after the others. I love that run.
Did you read End of Days?
No, see, I'm trying to collect Bendis' work right now. His older work.
That's his That's his final Daredevil book.
Okay, is it good?
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I kind of wish that there had been it was like a in the future kind of book, like what would have happened at the end of his run if he had taken Daredevil all the way to the end.
Oh, right on.
So it's in the future, but it was so good.
I saw something last night about, I don't know what book it is, but there's some book coming out where they're giving him Asgardian sight, just for this story.
Okay.
I just thought that was kind of interesting. I forgot what the name of I think it might be Jason Aaron doing it, but I can't remember. But I mean, I love reading. So, I mean, and trust me, Marvel's got its problems. And I don't know if maybe that's due to just having so many titles. If they were to, cut their library by, a quarter and just cut the fat, if they would seem like they were doing a lot better. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's true or not, but.
I think so. Same with DC.
Yeah, it's like an oversaturation every time you go to the comic store. It's like, God damn, it's like 50 titles. Like, what the hell do I grab?
Yeah, I agree. There's there's 2 Superman titles, who knows how many Batman titles.
Oh, I know. It was so confusing when I started reading comics. I'm like, well, okay. I was like, I want to read Batman, but there's just like you said, there's like which Batman run is the Batman run? It's like,
did you come in during like the New 52?
I came in right at the end of that.
Okay, but I came in at the beginning of New 52, and there was Batman the Dark Knight, Batman Incorporated, Detective Comics, Batman and Robin, and I was like, I don't know which one.
See, I was lucky enough to have like the guy that owned the store where I first started going. He was, I mean, like I said, I'm still friends with him. He's a super nice guy, but he helped me a lot. You know, he kind of like schooled me up a little bit.
Dude, that's so nice. Dude, that's a good comic book store owner, and like that's like a store like that's gonna stay open. My fucking comic book store in my hometown, I walked in and I'm like, wow, I've never like read a comic book before, and they go, well, this is the place, and they like walked away.
You know, it's true. I think most places are kind of cocksuckers because the first one I went into before I got into comics, I bought my sister the compendiums of Walking Dead.
Oh, nice.
That's like the first comic I read because before I sent them to her, I read them. I'm like, dude, fucking awesome. But like, I went to the store and I've never been to a comic store before. I remember asking the guy, I'm like, all right, I was like, I know it's a comic, but I was like, I need to like, you know, buy from the first issue on. And the guy was like, kind of like, oh, you know, like they have to show me. I'm like, what the fuck? You know,
this is your freaking job. Sell me on, like, help me do this.
Yeah, if any, like, people are like, oh, you're a new reader. It's like, would you rather not have a new reader? I mean, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Yeah, I'm a new reader, but I'm trying to learn as much as I can. And if you see how much I spend on comics, it's like, don't be a dickhead and I'll spend money here.
Yeah, man. Come on, comic book stores. Be a little,
I don't think all of them are, but just like that one experience. But then, like the last 2 I've gone to, the one I go to now, Jay's Comics. Like I was a little apprehensive after my original store closed, but like Jay's, that place is awesome. That dude's super freaking cool.
Dude, that first comic book store, they wouldn't even give me a hold.
Really?
Get this. So I see this guy and he comes and he goes, "Yeah, I'm here to pick up my hold." And I was like hold. And I went up to the guy and I was like, "Hi, what's he doing?" He goes, "It's a hold." And then like I go, "Okay, well, what's a hold?" And he's just like, basically like, it's just we order the books and blah blah. And I was like, oh okay, could I start one? And he's just like, he goes, "You've only been in here like twice, so I probably wouldn't like trust you on getting you one yet."
I was just gonna say that was going to be his fallback, is that, you know, I don't know if you're going to come back in, but even if you weren't, like, how hard is it to put it in a bin for a month, and if the guy doesn't come back, just throw it on the shelf?
Yeah, yeah. So I immediately was just like, oh. And then when I came to Utah, and I found the comic book store, and I was like, I was so apprehensive when I walked in, but like I met Brad. Brad's like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, "I'm Brad." And I was like, oh, and then after that, I was like, I kept going, and I saw him draw one day, and Brad's like, "Oh, like I draw too," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, my people."
Right. Well, like I said, it's easy. You know, Brad seems like he'd be a good owner because he seems real passionate about this stuff, and he's like very helpful and like, you know, helping people. So,
oh, dude, everyone knows Brad. Like in our comic book like little sector here in Utah, everyone knows Brad.
Yeah, it's a good person.
It's probably because of his drawing, his art. Right. It's because he works at a comic book store. It's because of his charisma.
When I first saw his art, I'm like, how is this dude? How has he not even drawn like one issue for DC or Marvel?
Dude, he's good.
What the hell?
He's good. But then also everyone knows somebody's weight. It's a big dude. I say everyone knows him because it was charisma, art, and then weight.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
My buddy Delvy's a big guy, and he's kind of pissing me off. I haven't talked to him in 7 months. And he's like avoiding a bunch of people. He's like super depressed. I'm like, dude, I mean, talk to me, man.
Mm-hmm. We have Daniel Lambert saying, oh wow, I didn't even see it. Sorry, dude. Comedy should not be bounded by PC culture. Agreed. We have working on a scene for my webcomic that's 5 IIRC text balloons and 35 panels. Dang, that's good, dude. That means you're gonna show off a lot of the art. And then this is a question to you, Justin. What's the angle of your drawing board?
The angle that's most comfortable. I don't. If you're looking,
give us the exact. So it's not 90, 45. You think?
On it's hold on, let me get a T-square going here, and I don't know, 37 degrees. I play with it so much. You know, when I'm doing pencils, I have it more tilted up, and then when I ink, I have it a little bit flatter, just because I like to get over it more and not have the ink drip down. But yeah, I mean, when I'm doing pencils, I like to have it a little bit more facing upwards, but I don't have an exact degree. Everybody's got a different, you know, everybody's built differently. So if you got a table, you just got to kind of find that sweet spot.
Yeah, I like to have mine same, like a little, like I probably can't have mine as tilted as yours, but I'm also really short. The table's taller than me.
Well, I'm a big proponent of, not just in drawing, but like if I'm doing something, like seeing other people's techniques and trying them just to see if I like it. And like I've seen like a bunch of like different, you know, artists that had their tables almost perpendicular. So I tried that first almost like an easel, but it just wasn't as comfortable, you know. So I mean, some people can do it that way.
That's how Greg Capullo draws his.
Really, like straight up like that.
Straight up.
He probably, you know, because he's so good. Like a lot of those guys, they can draw straight from their shoulder, you know, so they don't even have to rest on anything. They're just like boom, 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 boom.
It's crazy, like, but then like you got like someone like Sean Gordon Murphy. He draws on just a flat table.
Yeah, like I said, it's just about what works for you. You know, you just gotta. I mean, I wanted to get a drafting table just for that's what it's made for. You know, for drawing and stuff. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't have to be. It's just whatever comfortable and works for you.
I think
it keeps your neck from being like this the whole time.
I think one thing I learned, it took me forever to learn, is that like just because you have the tools doesn't mean you're going to be able to use them.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the worst because I remember buying all these pens and I was like, I need to get this, I need to get that, and then when I get them, I'm like, they're not working.
Yeah, one thing you also got to learn how to do is like read about what other artists do, and then don't try that because they're just artists and they're just like you, and a lot of them do things incorrectly, and they're just
true.
It doesn't matter how successful they are; they're just people, and some people just will mess themselves up working perpendicular, and they'll have shoulder issues later on. You know,
this is how that artist does it. It's got to be right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said I try out, like, I look at a bunch of different ones and I always try it out. Like, okay, he does it this way. Let me try it that way. Let me try it this way. Like, compare which ones felt better or whatever. Like, it was learning how to draw. It's like I didn't know what inking stuff to get, which ones it would work better, especially with my hand. So it's like I've been trying, like, everything until I've narrowed it down to, like, 2 things that I know I'll only buy from now on.
I was at, like, a comic book signing thingy. It was, I don't know what it was, but there was a bunch of artists there, and there was this artist there. He's been published like by like Top Shelf and whatnot, and he goes, Tyler, oh, Tyler, what's up? And I was like, hey, dude, I've been, because like he's local and I've seen him a couple times, and I was like, he's like, what kind of paper are you using? And I thought I was like super like cool. I was like, I'm using like this watercolor thick paper with like, I got some Bristol board. He goes, oh, okay. And he sits down next to me and he pulls out like just blank white sheets of paper and like a ballpoint pen. And he's like taking like tons of commissions, just like destroying them. Like, as in like, just, he's so good. And I asked him, I was like, how come you don't use like better stuff? And he's like, if you can't, he's like, he's like, and he goes, and I never forget it. He goes, if I can't draw with a white piece of paper and a ballpoint pen, I can't draw. And I was like, oh.
Like I said, that's why I started doing it traditionally.
Yeah.
I just wasn't comfortable with the digital. And like I said, that whole point of, if I get good at just a pencil and paper, then everything else should be easier.
The only thing I wish traditional had was an undo button. That's all I want.
That is very true. You've really got to learn to sketch real lightly at first. Because I used to make the mistake of pressing too hard all the time, and you erase it, and there's a huge line dent in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, John, what do you draw on? What do you like? What do you use? Do you have a tablet?
Yeah, I have that same thing. I got a recommendation from Manny, He's like, get the UG. It's cheap and this.
Dude,
like,
that's what I'm drawing on.
It's super responsive. It's like perfect. It's like drawing on paper. I love it.
And you know what's funny is reviewers are like, this pen this sucks, and I was just like,
yeah, they say the pen breaks and all that. Like I have two pens. It came with 2 pens, and I'm still on the first one.
Yeah,
the nib is fine. The pen works fine. The charge lasts forever. I prefer working traditional, but this is, I mean, because we're putting out a book, I need to be able to put all the stuff digital and get this work out.
The only thing I don't like about it is that it's just like it's pretty luggy. If you want to move it around, to like if I want to move this to the other room, I've got to pull it out, have like all 4 cords. But I love it. Those stupid reviewers.
I'm not like I told you, I'm not opposed.
And I was like, I got like super sick and tired of listening to like mediocre artists tell me to draw from the shoulder and draw. Like, dude, I draw from my wrist. Leave me alone.
Like I was saying, dude, draw whatever technique's comfortable, man.
We have Itchy5 saying, love to see you guys working on your panels. Keep it up. Thanks, Itchy5. We have Daniel Lambert, 30. Okay, 30 degrees. Okay, cool. Thanks. Daniel, I could show some bad art for my webcomic on screen share, but I don't have a mic. Well, Daniel, I think if you have a phone or even a laptop, like there should be a built-in mic on there. And then he says, do all your mistakes on the pencil stage. That's why I want to do digital pencils, get everything correct, and then ink it. Yeah, I'm glad that I know someone else that uses a UG. Everyone would make fun of me like, oh, use a UG, huh? And I'm like, oh, it works.
I was like, yeah, but your drawings suck, dude. So it doesn't matter what you draw with.
It really doesn't. It doesn't matter what you draw with.
Like I was talking to what was his name, #1 Marmaduke fan, and he was trying to get a show together where everybody would just be drawing on something like the cheapest art materials they have in their house, like a crayon and the back of a paper plate, and see who has the best artwork.
Well, that's hilarious. Well, you know what's funny is I love watching Rick stream because he'll just pull out a Crayola marker, and I'm like, nice. And I think he has all of his bins like color coded. Like the other day,
he'll sit there and he'll pencil for a while, and then he'll ink over with Copics, and then pull out like a Crayola marker.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, he just has like a bin of just assorted like, and you remember like those fun packs?
Each bin is like a color palette. Like
yeah,
different shades of green, different shades of red.
Do you remember like that suitcase kind of thing where like there was like all the colors of the pencils, all the markers, all the pastels? It was like really crappy stuff, and I swear he has some markers from those sets.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but it's so funny watching him. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh man, guys, I have to bounce in like 10 minutes. I want to freaking finish this cover, so I don't have to do this anymore. Hey, John, did you get your banner sorted?
I did. Yeah.
Dude, isn't this such a pain in the butt? Like YouTube does not make that easy.
Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna change that now because this is the. Let me open it up real quick. Here it is. This is gonna be the new logo.
Oh, let me screen share it. CTS. That's not
G.
Gosh dang it.
Well, see, now at first glance, now I gotta change it because evidently it doesn't look like a G.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it looks like a C. Where's the G part?
I think because in that font, the bottom is thicker than the top.
Oh, gotcha. That is super. I mean, it's super cool. So what's GTS stand for?
Gaming the system.
Gaming the system. No, John, you're just gaming the system.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love it. What was that? Oh, there's Chuck. Chuck, you're in for like the last 8 minutes.
I'm in.
Otherwise, guys, I wanted to finish this before I get to work, but I have to travel with my bosses today, so I have to be able to work on time.
It looks good, dude.
Thanks. You know, it's funny because I asked the writer, I was like, hey, because his book is in black and white. I'm like, what color are these lizards? He's like, just go for it. And dude, well, John's freaking Venom is bad A. How's your panels coming, Justin?
That's all right. I'm trying to build this like giant tower that's in Oklahoma City right now. I don't know the name of it, but it's like this weird, funky looking building. Like
have you ever been to OKC?
No, I haven't.
You're not missing anything.
It doesn't have too fancy of a skyline, thankfully.
It's Oklahoma. There's nothing fancy there except for the casino.
It just seemed like they have this like one distinct skyscraper, which is nice. I only got to draw one distinct looking building.
I love a good skyline, like just like a city with just this really distinct skyline. It's why I miss my hometown, because the skyline was just friggin' beautiful, and it was so much its own.
Yeah, I might be spoiled, I might be biased, but the Chicago skyline is still my favorite.
Chicago's a good one, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Hey,
I
Justin.
remember I saw somebody was making fun of Oklahoma on the internet, and they were saying it had a picture of a little bush, and it was like, look at Oklahoma pretending it has trees.
That's hilarious. Hey, Justin.
Yo.
I've been meaning to pour salt on this, and I haven't yet. But dude, that Bears game.
Oh God, yeah, no. Hey, you know what? Like I said, everybody was so disappointed and stuff. I'm like, nobody thought they were going to win 12 games. Nobody thought they were going to win a division. Everything that happened this year reminded me of the 2015 Cubs, where everybody was like, holy shit, look how close they got with like a young team that has all their starters under 30. It's like they're going to be good next year.
So you were just happy that they like even did something.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm disappointed that they lost. I would have loved to have seen them won, but I think as far as the season goes and expectations, they far exceeded that.
Mm-hmm.
They came in last place the last 4 years in a row, and they went from last place from 4 years in a row to first place.
I can't really say anything. My Seahawks, they suck.
Well, they got in too, but they lost to Dallas, right?
Yeah. Well, as long as I was making fun of my wife, and she's like, "Seahawks are stupid." I'm like, "Hey, we beat the Packers. We made it to the playoffs."
She must have hated you when they had the replacement ref game.
Yep.
Seahawks with Green Bay.
Oh man. Chuck, do you think the Advocator is it gonna fund?
Yeah.
No doubt.
I'm not worried. No, I'm not. I'm really not worried. We're at like just short of 1,500. We have 1,200 to go with 15 days to go. Yeah, I feel good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Chuck, do you have a website to like buy your comics? Have you set one up yet?
No. Well, we have a website. Like the problem is that my guy who my partner, that's what he does for a living. So our website is going to be amazing, but he's going to take his time. And so,
dude, I just set up a free store envy. Yeah, like yesterday.
How was that?
It's very simple, and they do so much for you, and it's free. They just take 10%. They just take 10%. Well, they take 10% only if they help you sell it.
Oh, okay.
So like if like they like feature your thing, which they feature like clothes, and like they're not gonna feature like my comic book. So like they'll never take 10%, but they just charge like a $4 if the book is like my book's $35, and so they charge a $2 handling fee for being on the site for the sale.
Wait, they do $2 per book?
Yeah, so they'll take $2. They'll take $2. Well, it just depends on like how much it is. So like for a print that's like $10, they'll take like they'll charge like $1.
Okay.
And so then the person pays for it for like $11.
Because I'm like, my book's like $3. I'm not gonna.
Oh no, then they would charge like cents.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Okay.
Yeah, then they would charge like in cents. But here's the thing: it doesn't charge to you. You can either, and this I don't know. I can always change it. So you can either pay that, or it just comes on as a handling fee. You know, there's like shipping and handling.
Yeah.
It just goes off into the handling fee that the buyer will get.
Oh, okay.
And so the buyer's like shipping and handling $1, like it's like $4 for this, $4 for shipping, $1 for handling. All right.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
That's not bad actually. I would probably do it as the handling fee. That sounds easy.
Yeah, and it's super like you can put digital. I figured out how to do the digital, like put the digital stuff on there. Yeah, it's funny because Coffee was like, Tyler, do you have like any ideas? And I was like, get a store envy, and I just said that just because I heard about it. And then she did it and made her store like so sexy. And then like yesterday, I'm like, hey, Coffee, did you ever use Store Envy? She goes, yeah, you're the one that told me to do it. I was like, oh, well, I've never done it and I'm struggling. So we had a good laugh about that because she's like, wait, you told me to do something that you had never done before? I was like, hey, I told you I heard about it. I had the idea. And then she like pulled up the message. She's like, no, like you totally said that you did it. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't.
It worked out, didn't it?
Yeah, well, it's like you didn't. Yeah, it worked out, right?
Right? You didn't die.
Yeah, you didn't die. So,
oh my god, that reminds. Did you guys see the Rogan's new podcast or stand up on Netflix?
I watched some of it. I didn't think it was like super funny, but
God, the part when he's talking about Harvey Weinstein, and he's like, if
Harvey
Weinstein was a chick, he was Harvina Weinstein, and my son had a role, and he had to like fuck Harvina Weinstein. You know, I'd be like, dude, you're gonna be Batman. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's like, you know, oh dude, I had to
like if it was my daughter, I'd be like, no, but if it was my son, I'd be like, you're gonna be Batman.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's just like, I had to go down on her. He's like, did you die?
You're Batman.
Hey Tyler, I got a dip, dude.
It's okay. It's actually 7:00. I've gotta go to work in like 15 minutes. And guess who has no clothes on below the shirt? No, I have shorts on.
Me.
All right. Well, hey guys, thanks so much those who were watching. Thanks John, thanks Chuck, thanks Justin for popping in. We were just drawing. I'm probably gonna once I move into the new place, I'll probably do some more of these morning ones because I do draw in the morning and I do like to have company and I like drawing with you guys. So you guys all have good days. Hey, good luck, Justin, with that panel.
Yeah, thanks. All right,
guys, all right. You guys have a good night. Peace.
Peace.
Subscribe, like, comment. Bye.